Hello. Welcome, everyone. We're going to give it a couple of minutes to other people to join. Welcome, welcome. All right. So we're going to start and so the people that are joining, let us know where you're joining us from, which company are you representing today. So today we're going to get a quick overview of the Hispanic Heritage Month Toolkit 2023. For those of you that are familiarized with it, or for those who doesn't, this is a set of tools that will help you activate during the month. Today we are launching a children's version of the toolkit as well, which we're going to be seeing today. And just feel free to make some questions in the chat in case you have any, and our team will be happy to support in that front. So why are we doing this? Because Hispanics are critical to corporate America. For the fourth year in a row, we've been talking about the incredible contributions that Latinos bring to the country in all spheres: economics, youth, politics, culture. There's no doubt that Hispanics mean growth, and we have a lot of data to back up that, a lot of evidence points with the data of the census coming out and everything that gave us a lot of information and data to share and to get empowered by. These data sets, it's available in our website as well, and this presentation also, so that we can all together share the importance of this information to everyone. So it's clear that Latinos are entrepreneurs, positive contributors. We are making waves with what we have. We are making progress in all aspects, but yet we are still underrepresented and misrepresented. We have a perception crisis. There are a lot of misconceptions and misrepresentations across media, with stereotypes that do not represent what we truly are, which is positive contributors to the country. These are some just examples of what we see. And we're trying to change that. We're trying to move that perception from negative to positive, from takers to makers, no? We have a short video that we made where we see this lack of representation. Hope you like it.
Es increíble lo que te sale de esa boca.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. Let me just take a shot here to get the thing started,
Lordy,
you know?
Lordy.
Olay.
We love Pantene shampoo.
It's all natural.
So it's got everything our hair needs.
Solo español.
You work here and you don't speak any English at all. Save me.
This holiday is also known as Cinco de Drinko.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
So terrible, right? So that's why we need a new narrative, a narrative that's meaningful, that's respectful, and that it's relevant for us, and that speaks to our current state of Latinos in the US. So for that, we created the Hispanic Star, which is a unification symbol, a symbol of unity and a symbol of pride for all Latinos in the US and for all Latinos in general. It's a growth platform in this that we have think about it in the same way that the SDGs, the SDG ring, or the LGBTQ flag, the rainbow, has been created. We have that vision for the Hispanic Star as well, to make it across the years a symbol to unify us all, and a symbol which we can feel represented with, and that we can wear with pride and talk about it with pride. This year, as I mentioned before, We have been doing this toolkit for 4 years. Every year has been bigger and better. And this year we are introducing 2 new concepts that we want to share with you so that we can all adopt them since today, and adopt them as a way to talk about us during the whole year, and especially during Hispanic Heritage Month. So the first one is flip the script, which means challenging negative stereotypes and biases about Hispanics, and instead promoting a more inclusive and positive narrative that reflects the strength and resilience of our communities, meaning that we should not be seen as something low, rather, and we should be seen as something high and as something that is positively contributing to the country. And the second concept is the assets value framing, allowing us to shift from deficits to strengths and to highlight the positive contributors that we make to our society. As you can see, this is a very optimistic and realistic and possibilistic narrative that we're trying to permeate across all of our messaging for Hispanic Heritage Month and through the whole year. So with all of this, the main theme of Hispanic Heritage Month this year for us is Hispanics are the drivers of America's prosperity, power, and progress. I am going to elaborate a bit further in what we mean by prosperity, power, and progress. But before that, I wanted also to share how the alignment with the official theme for Hispanic Heritage Month, that it's, you can see it in the lower part of the presentation, which is building prosperous and healthy communities. We are going to have our focus of 4 weeks in a different theme. The first one is jobs in the economy, the second one climate, the third one education, and the fourth one mental health and wellness. So we align 100% with the national efforts as well, and vice versa, because we want to have as much as allies as possible and to be as coordinated as possible. So what do we mean by prosperity? Prosperity, for us, we are understanding it as a condition of being successful or thriving, especially when it comes to economic well-being. For this, I'm going to show later in the presentation some data points that evidence this prosperity, that Latinos are driving prosperity. So we talk about economic prosperity. We talk about how Latinos are on the front lines and keep America running. We talk about entrepreneurship. We talk about values, about how Hispanic values are American values, meaning hard work, meaning resilience, meaning optimism, meaning family values. And when there are lows, we always go high as a community, you know, despite all of these difficult 5 years that we've had, we managed to go high, no? So this is part of the concept of prosperity that we are putting out there in the toolkit of this year. The second one, it's power. Power understood as the ability to produce influence over others, a controlling group in a positive way, because we are everywhere and we are making inroads in every aspect of the culture. So for that, we have some evidence points as well that talk about population growth and political representation, how we are young, how we are strong, how we are entrepreneurs, and how every industry is getting benefits from having Latino, the Latino workforce, no, and the Latino innovation and the Latino vibe. Also, we talk about Latinas being top generators and having significant purchase power in the country, how Hispanic culture is shaping global culture. Everywhere you look at, you see Latinos. So that means something, and that directly speaks to the power that we are having in the US and in the world. And of course, Latinos being increasingly influential in politics as well. The third one, it's about progress. Progress, it's a concept that we've been working around with for the past 4 years, and it means improvement and advancement in a positive direction. So for this, we have evidence points when it comes to population, when it comes to purchasing power, to Latino-owned businesses, to entrepreneurship, to upward mobility, poverty rates, home ownership, the workforce. So as you can see, we are putting together all of the positive aspects of Latinos in the US into this toolkit so that we can all talk about the contributions and magnify the impact that we're having. So Officially, this is your invitation to activate Hispanic Heritage Month, to utilize the resources that I'm going to present in a few minutes and make good use of it and share it with your companies, with your ERGs, with your organizations, with your family, with your friends, with your local communities. In the way that we are able to share this message and to permeate this message, we're going to be more unified, and we're going to be more conscious about our contributions, and we're going to provoke social change. So this is a short video where I'm going to explain what the toolkit entails, and then we're going to go into details for each part of it. Hope you enjoy it.
Latinos are a driving force of prosperity, power, and progress in the U.S. And for the 4th year in a row, we have prepared a toolkit to help companies and organizations activate Hispanic Heritage Month in a powerful way. If you want to celebrate your Hispanic employees, consumers, and community members, this toolkit is an essential resource for planning your Hispanic Heritage Month activations. The Hispanic Star Toolkit includes everything you need to be equipped for this month, all in one single place. This includes a unifying messaging framework to sync from the same song sheet and create support networks to progress, celebrate, and uplift the community to prosperity. We have prepared a guideline with key messages, narrative, and talking points for internal and external communication. Additionally, the toolkit includes ready-to-go presentations and datasets to spread the word about the power of Hispanics. With A to Z facts and figures from the most reputable sources about demography, behavior, and sentiment of Latinos in the US, as well as did you knows and infographics. Use this data and let everyone know the Latino community's power and contributions to the progress of America. Furthermore, communication assets are provided under a unifying branding constituted by visual assets for social media, videos, logos, radio scripts, web banners, out-of-home, print materials, and more, with sample applications included. Adopt the Hispanic Star look and seize the marketing opportunity presented with Hispanic Heritage Month. Join the visionary leaders that engage genuinely with Hispanics and activate the Hispanic Heritage Month Toolkit. Let's unite forces and set the record straight that Latinos are driving prosperity, power, and progress. Download and use our toolkit at hispanicstar.org/toolkit.
Perfect. So with that in mind, we invite you to join us in maximizing Hispanic Heritage Month and utilize this comprehensive toolkit that it's ready to go and free to use. Literally everything you see on the website that I'm going to show in a moment, you can use it, download it, and share it as wide as you can. So before we go into that, I want to share with you the objectives for Hispanic Heritage Month. The first one is position Hispanics as positive contributors and as growth, with hand by hand with this concept of flip the script that I mentioned earlier. The second one, and very important, is for all of us to speak with one voice to break through the noise with a unified kickoff. We are going to have a kickoff event on the 15th of September. Everyone's invited to join. Some companies live stream it with their employees as well. So mark your calendars and join us for September 15th. The third objective is mainstream Hispanic Heritage Month and reach critical mass. The more, the merrier, and we need your support to make this message loud and to spread the message in every quarter that we have available. And the fourth one, elevate the Hispanic Star brand to elevate Latino visibility. So with that in mind, I want to share that today we are launching a toolkit for children. You are going to be able to see it on our website now. This toolkit for children comprehends 5 lessons to explore the world of Hispanic culture and how it has influenced different parts of our society. We thought of it as a resource for teachers, for caregivers that are in constant, that are with children all the time, so that you can have elements to share with them since an early age the positive contributions of Latinos to the country and the impact and the pride of being Latino. So we organized this toolkit into 5 lessons, very aligned with the themes of the weeks that I mentioned at the beginning, meaning jobs and economy, climate, education, mental health, and wellness. We are featuring role models in this toolkit as well, so that since early age children can start recognizing themselves in them and dreaming big. And also we have some print materials, meaning we have some stickers, we have some things that they can color, we have some exercises about being a Hispanic star. So we hope you can take a close look at this. It's a presentation that I'm gonna share in a bit, and you can also provide feedback as well if you are in contact with children, if you're a teacher, if you're a caregiver, if you have a lot of nieces as well. Let us know what's working, what's not, and we're happy to be growing these resources for children as well. So with that in mind, I'm gonna go to the toolkit now so that we can see it. So in here, I'm gonna start from here. So if you type hispanicstar.org/toolkit, you're going to get to our website where you can find all of the resources that I've been talking about. So in here, the first and most important resource to take into consideration is the briefing book. This one, I'm going to go quickly to it so that we can see it. This briefing book has everything you need to know. If you're gonna read one piece of content for Hispanic Heritage Month to get ready, I would encourage you to make it this one. So in here, you will find the overarching theme that I mentioned earlier, prosperity, power, progress. We're gonna find some key messages. So we're going to find detailed evidence data points as well. We are going to find a manifesto, a decalogue, the Hispanic Star call to action, and also specific links to the resources that you might need for social media, for messaging, for presentation, templates for your employees, etc. The data sets as well. Let me show you how it looks. So now that we are close to the weekend, I recommend to having this as a light read asset. In here are the objectives that I mentioned earlier, some of the important dates. Right now we are here in June 15th, so we are having more activities to come from here to September. The narrative as well, a more explained narrative and a more explained key messages. In here, as I mentioned, we can understand what do we mean by prosperity, power, and progress with data and with the sources. Where are we getting this data from, so that you can take a look and amplify as needed. In here, we get into details about the economic prosperity, the frontline workers, the entrepreneurships as well. Some examples with data about the values that I also mentioned about Latinos believing in the American dream, about Latinos being resilient. Well, as you can see, a lot of data to learn from. And let me see, what else do we have? We have a Hispanic Decalogue, which is very beautiful as well, and a call to action of being unified and everything. If you are planning to have some social media posts on the individual level or on a corporate level, you have here ready to go copies. You can copy and paste, or you can copy and adapt as needed. Some of the recommended hashtags for the month as well. And in here, as I mentioned, some of the social media messaging ready to go, crafted for you to activate. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the toolkit so that you can see how it works. So in here, you're going to find as well the branding guidelines, meaning if you happen to have a design team and want to create assets of your own, you will find here all of the typographies, all of the colors, all of the look and feel that we're trying to put out there in Hispanic Heritage Month. It's very important for us that we start getting familiarized with this look, because it's something that we will be seeing more and more, and that we will hopefully all adopt and make it ours. A U.S. Hispanic Manifesto as well, with some inspiration for all of us. And in here, we finally get to the toolkit part. So as you can see, this is a very easy to use tool. We have some filters. The most important ones are on the top. If you're looking for data, if you're looking for digital materials for social media, web banners, newsletters, etc. if you are looking for materials for internal communications, or if you are looking for print materials as well. So each one of these assets, you can in here preview them, download them, and share directly in your social media as well. Also, last month, we launched the Spanish version of the toolkit. So right now we do have some English and Spanish version of things. So make sure you take a deep look and select what you need. In here, we're gonna see the children's toolkit is the first thing that you're gonna see right now. And in here, as you can see, this is a live document as we're gonna be updating it as we are learning from it. You will find the lessons and you will be able to see some of the ideas that we have for every week. No, you're going to find some information to share with the children, some activities as well, some information about the children's book that are serving as role models. And in here, for example, let me go a bit here. You can find links to download some activities for them for every week. So with that in mind, let me show you also how the other filters work. In here, you can filter by English or Spanish, whichever you're looking for. And you can also filter by category, maybe data, maybe digital assets, or maybe you're trying to find something that it's just vertical for Instagram, for example, or TikTok, or maybe you're looking for some application examples. If I'm a restaurant, what are the things that I could get inspired from? If I'm a hotel, if I am a theater, whichever business you run, you can have some application examples in here as well. Also, you can search by theme. For example, if you're looking for content that is related to Afro-Latinos, then you will find it in here as well. Or if you're looking for something related to, I don't know, education, for example, you will find it as well in there. So as you can see, this is a very comprehensive filter. Anything that you can think of, I think that we have it in here, and if not, if there's something that you're thinking about that we don't have it here, we encourage you to share with us so that we can plan accordingly and have the resources that you can find useful for Hispanic Heritage Month. No, I want to stay a bit in the data sets about the Hispanic community, because this is a very comprehensive and one of the most popular resources. This is a heavy document, and for those companies and organizations that look to get a deep dive in the data, you will find it in here. We have organized everything you need to know about Latinos right now into 3 categories: demographic, behavior, and sentiment. And in here, you will be able to find some of the studies that we have put together. We also after you see the index, you will see that in every one of the studies, we highlighted the most important points, and we also included the link to the full report. So this is a heavy document, but it's a very complete one. So feel free to take a look, to download, and to select the things that you find interesting or useful for your organization or company. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to go back to the presentation. We are almost there. I'm going to give some examples of how we can activate as well. So these are some examples that have worked in the past and that we've known for experience that have been being successful as well. So if we are talking about internal activation examples, we have for you opportunities to highlight your Hispanics employees anywhere you can think of: internal newsletters, social media, web banners, data presentations, posters. We have templates for it so that you can just plug in your logo and ready to go. Also, we have some you can equip your employees with the right tools with data, the data that I've been talking about before, and a messaging framework about Hispanic progress. We also have a presentation, a 30-minute presentation where we talk about Latinos in the US, the impact that we're having. It's kind of similar as the materials that I shared at the beginning of this presentation, but more. And it's intended to be a powerful tool and a powerful resource to educate about the contributions of Latinos to the country, and also to provide a framework of action for Hispanic Heritage Month. So that's also available in our toolkit, and it has been very useful when organizing internal events with your Latino employees. Also, of course, the Hispanic Heritage Month goodies, you already saw them. A mug, a tote bag, stickers, those are nice to have now that we are back in the office. And when you organize an event, as I mentioned, we can show the contributions in this 30-minute presentation that we've put together for you. We have a script for that, and we can also, you can download and use as you need in that front. So external activation examples, in here, we are talking about celebrating Hispanics in your external communications, meaning utilizing the Hispanic Star iconography wherever you can in your media, in your public communication channels. In the past, we've had some Times Square screens with Hispanic Star, some out-of-home screens as well, in buses, in windows, in a lot of places. So we invite you to utilize some of the media placements that you have for the month and include the Hispanic Star and talk about the Latino contributions and talk about unity and talk about pride. You can also utilize these media properties to highlight your Hispanic employees in the community and show your commitment to diversity and inclusion with all of the marketing materials that we have also ready to print in our toolkit. For example, these cardboards with data if you're having an event, or these banners also, you can print them and put them in screens or not screens, in physical or whatever works for you. And also in the past, we've activated with some with cities. We did some activations in the past with Chicago specifically, and it's a good opportunity for us to showcase the Hispanic Star iconography and message in streets, art centers, libraries, museums, restaurants, airports, literally any space you can think of. There's opportunity to plug in a powerful message about Latino contributions. So this is an open invitation for you to start thinking in ways that we can amplify Hispanic Heritage Month. If you are in retail, so we can also create excitement on your point of sale about Hispanic Heritage Month, having special edition items, having a special gift for your Latino consumers during Hispanic Heritage Month, etc. And if none of this is possible, which I hope it's not the case, you can also activate the Hispanic Star look and feel. I mentioned it before, it's important for us to be organized and to agree on a certain look and on a certain look and feel. So for that, we invite you to utilize the Hispanic Star. If utilizing another logo is not possible for your corporate rules, for example, you can include the colors, you can include the vibe. You see how we're using it. It's colorful. It's also very modern, it's inspirational, it speaks to the current state of Latinos. So we invite you also to take a look at the brand book and take whatever is helpful for your brand in that front. So last but not least, I want to invite you to some of the activities that we're going to have and some of the launches that we're going to have by the end of, by September. The first one is inviting you to join us in our annual Hispanic Heritage Month opening ceremony on September 15th. We connect from all parts of the US, and it's a 45-minute program, inspiration, with data, with special guests, with music that we hope you consider in your to kick off your Hispanic Heritage Month. And of course, update your reading list. We now have the 4th volume of Hispanic Stars Rising, which showcases inspiring Latino stories of people like you and I. So we're having that out, and also we are having 2 more children's books about Sonia Sotomayor and Elena Ochoa. Right now we have already 4 out. So we hope you can all join us in the launch of these two events. And of course, as soon as we are securing local activations, we will make them, we will socialize them in our social media and website so that you can also join us. If you are planning any activity and want us to be part of it, let us know as well. And we're happy to include it in the calendar of things that we are going to be sharing. So before moving to questions and comments, coming up next month on July 15th, we're going to have another webinar as well, and we're going to present some new resources that have to do with PSAs, more material for social media. We're going to be also sharing how the children's toolkit's going, if we added new things, if we have more Spanish material as well. But an important date for you to consider, it's August 15th. There, we're going to have a communications calendar available, meaning some suggestions of content, of activations, of activities that might be helpful in your planning for Hispanic Heritage Month. And as well, we have been receiving a lot of custom assets requests. August 31st is the deadline. We are working in some exciting campaigns and in some exciting custom assets. So you are still on time on making this request and allowing us to help you maximize your Hispanic Heritage Month. So far, these are some companies and organizations that are activating with us. The education sector, it's been strong this year, and that's important because we are making progress, and we are like sharing our messages in educational centers, which is amazing. So this is an open invitation. If you need any support, any guidance in your Hispanic Heritage Month planning, just write us an email, send us a message, and happily we can support you. So I'm gonna leave it there, and if you have any questions, now it's the time to ask them. I think I have a question in here. Okay, I'm getting up to date in the chat. Okay, Claudia, thank you for letting us know that. We're gonna do some versions that are lighter in your so that you can access them easily. Yeah. All right. Are there any questions? Okay, well, if not, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope to see you on the next one. Keep us posted on your planning and keep us posted on the ideas that you have for Hispanic Heritage Month. We are happy to help, happy to support. I'm gonna share my email on the chat in case you wanna wait just a second. In case you wanna reach out with any questions, comments, suggestions, etc. Thank you so much for joining.